Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So yesterday I went over to Aldi, I think it was yesterday anyway, never know these days. So I picked up a new beer for me anyway, new beer recently gone into Aldi called Rocka Hula Tropical from Williams Bros Brewing. I actually like Williams Bros Brewing. I've heard things all over the internet, you know, negative and positive, but I'll take every beer, you know, and with my own opinion, with no hidden agendas. So it's an India Pale Ale. It's 5.1%. Serves up hang 10 for a tropical blast with flavours of grapefruit, mango, and guava, riding a bitter wave of hops. This tropical brut IPA finishes crisp, but dry, and very moorish. And like I say, it's 5.1%. So let's see what it tastes like. Just been out, it's Bank Holiday Monday, we've had a nice 5 or 6 hours out. Been to a fair few places. 4 pubs. Yeah, 4 different pubs. Supporting breweries, you know, doing what Raggy's Beers does. And let's be fair, don't we all deserve to do something we want to do? Forced to, you know, you see some people and they retire at 50 or before that, and it's like, fucking hell, I wish. And then you see others that live a pittance all their life, die thousands, you know, sitting on masses of money, living in the scruffy house, living a pauper's life, and then, you know, they're absolutely loaded, and that money goes where? Probably back to the government. So you work for who? You know, begs the question, and you know, we must enjoy yourself. I think that's the big thing. Anyway, it's got a golden looking pour to it, to me, from this, in this light anyway. Lots of carbonation going off. There's a finger and a bit of white head on this. Obviously at Aldi for around about 169, 179, something along them lines. Got the mango and the guava very quickly there. Yeah, and the aroma, you know, sometimes beers, they say they've got flavour, and you're there and you're like, well, I can't bloody smell it. But that was very much at the forefront there. Right, here we go. Let's go in. And again, the mango and the guava seem to be at the forefront. The grapefruit I've not quite come across just yet, so that's interesting. I'm getting a real gassiness in my stomach drinking this. I mean, it's flipping lively, don't get me wrong. If you've had it, let me know what your thoughts are, good or bad. You know, we all have an opinion. Nobody's opinion is gospel. Anybody who thinks their opinion's gospel is talking out their absolute backside. I've heard people over the years saying, oh, this beer, Rockafort, oh, it's the world's best beer. Drink it, you're like, world's best? Are you joking? And this, time and time again, you come across beers that are like that, where you drink them and you're ultimately disappointed. You know, they've been built up and hyped up And but saying that, every single one of us has beers that one tick our boxes, and has beers that we drink and we think, yeah, meh, what's that about? And there are a lot of people who hype themselves up. There are a lot of breweries in the UK, everywhere I suppose, that are very hype. And then when you drink their beers, you're like, yeah, maybe not, mate. The brewery's doing good stuff for a lot quieter than you, and their beers are just, if not better. And that's the thing with breweries, I think. You know, around the corner, some brewery that you've never heard of before, kick a beer out, you'll drink it and you'll think, bloody hell, that was absolutely sublime. So at the moment, massively busy time for Raggy's beer reviews. As you can imagine, it's the summer months, but it's also beer season as well. So I'm trying to, and I'm getting a lot of gardening coming in at work, and gardening, and my own garden as well, daughter's garden. Crazy busy time. But step up to the plate, I will. And then at the weekend, when I can, I shall let my hair down and enjoy the weekend. This week I'm trying to win across both my workplaces, and if the weather's good, I need to use weed killer and stop the weeds from winning. At the moment, I've been handed my arse, and I don't like being handed my arse. And sometimes, you know, like you have to look at things and you think, right. And at the moment, I'm firefighting, and literally going from one thing to another. And even though I know I can beat it, I've got vast experience, and I've got the speed also to beat it, and the quality. But at the moment, wow, with hot weather, wet weather, hot weather, wet weather, we're in the storm. Yeah, the eye of the storm, in the gardening sense at least. Anyway, back on the beer. Now, one thing we have to realise, if we're looking at it from the smart perspective, this is a beer that's going into Aldi. Aldi are making a profit. Williams Bros Brewing will be brewing this, stretching their limits to brew this. You know, they may have a big brewery, and I'm sure they have got a big brewery over where they are. But again, cost of brewing this, 5.1 actually. You know, these days with this 3.4% thing, you know, you expect to see beers going down in volume, being pushed down. It is not going to be a contender against, you know, breweries, similar craft beer breweries that aren't putting it into supermarkets, that are chucking a hell of a lot more hops, and, you know, so they're going to have to reduce certain things because they've got to pay bills. And if you look at it, you know, there'll be some people, and I've not said it's good or bad, but there'll be some people out there who say, I've drank it, yeah, it was this, it was that, blah blah blah. But if we look at, you know, if you look what breweries, and this is where some breweries get caught in the trap, putting their beers into supermarkets because it's a good exposure. Most of the time, with a lot, especially craft beer breweries, beers into supermarkets is good exposure. They literally earn zilch, or a very minuscule amount off a massive amount. So you, and I'll put this into a way that we can all understand. A good mate of mine, Dom, who was the boss of Navigation Brewery in Nottingham. Sadly, it's demised, only because the wankers who own it wanted to build a bigger shed for football games to earn the money off the football things. If Forest leave the city ground and County build their own big shed, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, that's where greed comes into play. But I suppose you've got to be, it's all about spending money in the right place. But what he said to me was, when he worked at, I think it was Kelham Island, up here, which is now obviously brewed at Thornbridge. Thornbridge doing some good stuff, to be fair. But yeah, literally a pallet of beer, a whole pallet of beer. Their profit on a pallet of beer was 12 quid. So, I don't know how big the bloody pallet was. It could be fucking stacked to the ceiling. That's not a lot of money, is it? So you can understand why breweries and that may have to cut costs to get that beer into supermarkets to provide Aldi with these craft beers. You never get anything for free in this world. The barley, the hops, everything that goes into making this, and the water, the electricity, the cost of the people doing it. Although I would assume that Williams Bros Brewing uses a lot of automated systems to achieve the beer. So the cost for the labour, still got the electric side, and the cost of all the stuff, because all the malt and that is not cheap. Barley and whatever else, yeast. So yeah, and until you actually, we can look at breweries and beer in supermarkets and say, fucking hell, that's shit these days, and that. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of the time, and I absolutely agree with a lot of that, but when you see what the financial issues that a lot of them go through, yeah, it can be super blooming tough for them. Yeah, super tough. So yeah, lots of learning in a lot of ways. Yeah. Now then, let's finish this off. So mango guava very early on. The grapefruit element is now coming in, which is, it's weird how beer does that. Certain elements, whether it be the air, be it warmth, bring out certain flavours. For me, a one-off beer. For me, it was interesting from if I'm an experienced craft beer drinker, and I do understand why people who drink certain breweries, and I won't mention them because it's not nice on a different beer review, will not want this. But for people who are looking to, who are new to craft beer, looking to pay a certain price for their beer, would drink this. It delivers a mango, it delivers a guava, and in the end it delivered the grapefruit. Good aroma throughout. The aroma was there. It didn't feel or smell or taste too artificial. There has been, you do see, it does seem to be these days that we're either using cheaper blooming essences that aren't great at masking the fact that they are essences. And you'll be surprised how much essences are used in the world of beers. But yeah, a lot more than even I realised. But you got to get the flavours somehow. It's not always easy to get the flavours. And the expensive route is very expensive to get the flavours. That's why certain breweries charge a premium for their sours and stuff, because they put big amounts of expensive products into the beer. Not that that beer is good for everyone, obviously. Not everyone likes that type of beer. And 15 bloody minutes, God, I can yak. But yeah, I enjoyed this. No scores nowadays, as you know. I wouldn't drink it again. No, a one-off is good for me, but I've tried it and it was okay for me. Yeah. Would I say try it? I'd say try it. Yeah. You know, get yourself a can. See what you think. Cheers all.